Hi friends, welcome to Calm in the Chaos Homeschool. So today is an Organize With Me video. It is that time of the year when all the new curriculum is coming in and all the old curriculum is still here, and we can get rid of some things, but we can't get rid of a lot of things, and we just need to organize because things are starting to get piled up. I'm going to show you my piles. I didn't clean my piles just so that you can see kind of what it looks like around here. So I do want to let you know that I am using one of my days off. I take 2 days off every month from homeschooling, a Monday and a Tuesday, so that I can get caught up on household stuff, on business stuff, on doing videos, on editing, on all sorts of things. So that is sort of how I survive homeschooling with all the other things that I have. So this month I decided I need to start on organizing. So I'm not going to promise you that I'm going to get through all of this today. Hopefully I can get it all into one video so you can see some end results. That's the plan. So stick around and see how I do. I'm going to turn you around and I'm just going to let you take a look at all our homeschool spaces and sort of what they look like. And we'll get started on organizing. So I hope you can hang out with me today. If you need some motivation in organizing, maybe this video will help. I would love it if you picked a section of your house that you feel like you want to organize and join me. If not, that's okay too. Sometimes you're just not ready to do that organizing, but it is that day for me, so let's get started. Okay, so a quick look at my places. This area is not too bad here. We've got our homeschool library books over here. Okay, a little bit messy over here with these bookshelves. Yeah, and definitely up there. That part always gets really messy towards the end of the school year. Got random piles. Here's my teacher random piles of things that I've been looking at, planning for the next school year. A box of stuff are finished, and then just my cart. My cart's okay, not too bad. And then let's go into the homeschool room here. All right, so this place is a little more disheveled here. This is mostly mine over here. Yeah, so we got some piles, and then that's my storage area for homeschool stuff. Yeah, so it's time to get to the curriculum and get organizing. Okay, so let's get started out here. This is generally where I start. Yeah, I have skylights and the light might be a little weird, but I'm just gonna start making some piles over here and just organizing my thoughts. So I'm not really gonna touch this Play-Doh area. We've got Play-Doh in that bin. And this is the random socks drawer. If you were here last year, you know that we have that. This here is, we have 2 bins of some supplies. So I just kind of keep our school supplies in there. And every year we just see what else we need to get. These are still pretty organized. Random headphones and stuff in there. And then we just have, I didn't look at this one. Let's see, what's this? Okay, so we have some draw the blank books there. And this is our art bin. And then I have some empty bins here because we are currently doing it. So this is more of a craft bin. And then this one doesn't have our stuff in there because we are currently working on it. So that will be repurposed once I get into more curriculum things. This bin here is usually stuff that I'm going to be using pretty soon. And I have all my Chinese stuff in there. We generally have this one full of encyclopedias. I'm sure we will have more once we're done with all the encyclopedias that we have. And that's our childcraft area. Now these 4 here, I'm not gonna touch. Those are the kids' cubbies. So that is up to them. Where we keep our markers, and my son needs to organize the bookshelf here. But let's see, over here I have things like this, next year's sunlight and just some other graphic organizers and things like that. next year's curriculum and some curriculum that we're not using at the moment. And then these are all our Beautiful Feet books that we haven't used yet. So those are just there ready to use. This section here is kind of my science collection right now. I've been picking these up just so that my kids have it when they're in high school or middle school to explore any topics of interest when it comes to science. And then I've also been collecting these, exploring planet Earth, World of Physics, World of Chemistry, World of Astronomy, and World of Biology by Tinner. So I will probably be using some of these in our curriculum next year for my high schoolers. And then I have some living books here that I've been buying for my girls to supplement their history. As you can see, I have a lot of thrift book stickers that I haven't taken off yet. So I will link below my thrift books referral code. If you go on there and you spend a certain amount, you will get $5 off. And I love purchasing from thrift books. I like buying used, and it's great to get a good deal, and you get free books every so often, so I really like that. This, I kind of forgot we had, the Christian Library Nature Reader. My girls read them last year, and I was going to have my boys read them, but we haven't done that yet. So either next year or the end of this year, we can pick that up. And then a few books for my Guest Hollow Anatomy that we haven't used yet. Then over here, I have my Guest Hollow Geography books that we haven't used yet. We have Story of the World 4. I was hoping to get to that this year, but we haven't yet. So that's Story of the World 4. And then over here, I have my Feelings and Emotions book that we won't get to this year. We did do 4, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to get to this book this year. So we'll just add it in our morning basket next year. I should probably put that in my morning basket area. So I'm going to do that. And then we have these two. These are our Beautiful Feet geography books that we haven't gotten to yet. And then just a book about a Chinese book. I should probably stick that with my Chinese books. So take that out. So then up here, I kind of have some books that I would like to do as read alouds right here. We haven't done the Wing Feather series, but I purchased it, so I have it here. Hopefully we can get out the first book and read that together. This one has The Secret Garden, The Little Princess, and then I have this whole shelf here is just Little House on the Prairie and Chronicle of Narnia. And the top ones are extra books in case when I'm reading, my kids want to read along or look at the books. So I guess once we do those, I can get rid of those extra books, but that's why I have so many in there. Over here is some books that, well, it's just some general history books that we haven't used yet that I'm curious about using maybe sometime. I have some books on Taiwan because I know I'm just looking for some good living books about Taiwan. So this is more my reading section, just a book to read. These were recommended to me by Science Mama Angie about creation and different viewpoints on creation. So I've been reading those. And then I just have some books here, more my books to read, or I'm reading, or book club books and things like that. So haven't got to this section yet. That's my kind of place I need to organize. So that's where I'm at so far. Let's just keep going. Just a few of the piles I have here. I have some books I need to return to our parent partnership program. I found out that I had 2 of these, so I can probably put that in my for sale pile. Have some pressure cooking books that don't need to be on this shelf. I'll just put those with my cookbooks. Have some things. I'm planning on a class on this, so I just need to find a place for this. I have a puzzle that we need to do sometime, maybe while I'm reading, so I need to maybe leave that out so we can remember to do that. And a bunch of origami paper, because my kids like to do origami when I'm doing reading. See, I have some chalk and some charcoal. This is for bestowing the brush. We had that course. We've been going through it very slowly this year, maybe every other week and sometimes once a month. So at some point we're going to get to using charcoal and chalk to draw. So that's just supplies for later, definitely probably next year before we get to that. I have 2 boxes of my favorite plastic, I don't know, folders. And so I don't need to order any of those for next year, that's for sure. I need to find a place to put those. I don't want to put them in there just because I will run out of room if I put those in there. These are maps that we're using for Beautiful Feet's geography, the Clancy Holling geography. So these are maps that we haven't used yet. So gotta find a place for those. They might just go back up on the shelf, honestly. All right, so let's see what I have over here. I've got a few boxes. So this is my paper Sloy box. It's still here. We have not done any more this year. Probably won't do it this year. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do with that. Oh, let's see, what is this? I think these are chalkboards for when we do the chalk lessons. So that's just in a box there. We have some chalkboards to go with this. So this is sort of a future art supplies pile. Oh my goodness, so more of these. Not gonna be ordering any more of those. We definitely have enough. I had it on a subscription plan, and so that is what happened. We probably have enough for the rest of our school years. So I don't know, have you ever done that before? Put yourself on a subscribe and save and then end up with way too much of something. Well, I have. And then I have a Sunlight box here. So just a few things I got from Sunlight. I think I mentioned this in my family video. We are going to be doing Sunlight F, but our parent partnership will be getting us Bookshark F, so it will come with most of the things we need to do Sunlight, but there were a few books that were not included, so I did purchase them. We have All Nations Shall Worship CDs, so this goes with our memory verses, so we have that. I have Living Water in the Desert, one of the books that wouldn't come with Bookshark. I have Cornelia and the Audacious Escapades of the Somerset Sisters, and I accidentally bought 2 of those, so I will keep them until I bought one from Thrift Book and one from here. Yeah, so I'll keep them until we're done reading those in case someone wants to read along. I have A Beautiful Lie, and then 2 more books in here, The Turning and Burying the Sun. So these are the ones I purchased because they won't come with my Bookshark course. So we need to figure out where these goes as well. So still some figuring out to do. The corner over here, you'll see the Bookshark binder, and those are all our Bookshark books for this year. They come as a set, so I am going to have to return them at the end of like June 6th. We have to return most of our curriculum, and so I'm gonna have to return those. So I'm just sort of collecting those in that corner right now. So, all right, so let's keep working on these piles and finding places for them. Okay, so I have my piles on the floor. I'm going to go through these books here and see if I can find where they belong. All right, so I have some old readers that my kids have finished. I just picked up The 12th Night. We're going to do that hopefully before the end of the year. We are running out of time, but I like to get the audio dramatization because it just makes it more fun. So I'm gonna stick that in here because we're gonna be working on that. This is my Sunlight G binder, and yeah, so I've been planning with that. So I'm gonna go stick that over here with my other curriculum. I have my kids' reader sheets here. I record what they're reading this year, so we're still working on those. I will put those with our readers in the other room. Put that here for now. And then we are working on this currently, geography, reading through this with my boys for science. Current history book, so keep that out. Sacagawea, keep that out, that's coming up. That's what we're using for history, and the girls reader page, that's made it out here. I'll put that here to to take with me. And we might be done this for this year. Running out of time. I was going to try to do another unit maybe on hearing, sense of hearing, but I don't think we're going to get to that. So I'm going to put that in my future. I'm going to put that in my future curriculum bin. I'm going to be going through this with my boys once we're done growing up God's way. Might be done with this for the year as well, which means all of these things are all going to go in my future curriculum bin. Now I have a bunch of other random books lying around here. We have my year of writing. I'm gonna have my girls do this next year. I did not have it in my curriculum video because I lost these and I just found them recently. So that needs to go in my future curriculum bin once I have one. So this here is the first book that my daughter will be using for her science. So I'm gonna go stick that with her science. Some science curriculum I have. Okay, so if you look over here, you can take a look at my pile. This pile is completely gone and all I have left is this. And so yeah, I might be able to fit this on the cart. I think I might. Let me try that. So that area is cleared. The rest of the table is a mess, but that's okay. That's not my job right now. I put my schedule up here, take it off, put it on easily, and everything else fit into my bin. Of course, you know how it is. Look at that. Yeah, I made a mess on the floor and I have to start organizing all of that. So let me get to that. All right, so let's tackle some of this room here. I have a lot of things on top of things, and yeah, I need to get my thoughts organized over here. So this room also doubles as a guest room at the moment. So we have lots of random blankets. We have a twin bed in here. Let's get started. I hope seeing my piles and messes is encouraging to some of you. Yeah, our house is generally looks like this. So if you are struggling to maintain a perfect home, just know that that is next to impossible when you are living in it, and especially when you have kids in it 24/7. All right, so I cleared off the top here of this shelf here. So let's just take a look at what we have. Random binder. I could probably throw that away since I have a million of those. This is me preparing to ship curriculum, just to have it available so I don't have to go buy one when I do sell curriculum. I'm also going to be looking for things that I can sell. I have 2 boxes over there of things I can sell. I'm going to be trying to add to those as much as I can, and I'll do another video of sell my curriculum with me video, and you can take a look at what I'm doing and how I'm selling them. All right, so that's the second one. That needs to be current upcoming school year curriculum. I think I probably have a bin for that somewhere. A book that my kids have been reading. So these are my readers here. If you were here at the beginning of the year, there's a lot less on that shelf. As we read, I've been either putting it on our regular reading shelf or returning them to our parent partnership program. So these shelves are pretty sparse right now. I assume that once I get the books for next year's curriculum, they will be full again. All right, so I do have a bin for math. I just took this out as an example for you guys in a video. So I do need to put that in my teaching textbook section and decide if I'm going to sell 5 before we're done 5 or if we're going to wait till after. So here's my teaching textbooks bin, actually. Okay, so I have next year's math here for my daughter. So I'm going to make a pile of next year's curriculum, and I'll probably put those in a bin. I have some books here that I'll be using for next year's science. So yeah, you're gonna hear more about that. Either I've done this video or I haven't yet. Not sure if you've seen the video or not yet at this point. But we are going to be doing Science G with my 7th grader. And so I purchased a used set. So I have the curriculum and I have all the books. And then I just have a few extra books here So I need to figure out where I'm going to put these. That's our science for my oldest. I have a Sunlight Level F, Sunlight Science that we are not using this year or any year that I know of yet. Purchased the Sunlight F and it came with the language arts and the science. So I'm going to keep it in case I want to use it with my boys in the future, but yeah, not sure. So down here is generally where I put future morning basket things. So I do have some stuff here. I want to take this one out, Engineer Academy, and stick that on my shelf out there because my daughter will be doing some engineering next year. So I want to be able to remember to use that with her. And I just added this from the other room, Me and My Feelings. So I'm going to put this here so I don't forget about it. And yeah, I just have some other resources here that I might use next year. Let me put some of these things away. All right, so I'm going to keep those there. Okay, so we have art supplies that have come out because kids take it out. This is our acrylics, and it looks like we got a whole bunch more of acrylics. I'm going to see if I can fit those here on the shelf where it belongs. Okay, that works. Here is my teaching textbooks bin that I have all my different levels. So we've used 4 now. So I feel comfortable getting rid of 4. So I'm going to stick these in my for sale bin. Looks like I only have the answer booklet and the CDs. It's an odd combination. Put those in my for sale section. I purchased this before I knew what I was doing. So I have this 6 that I could sell at some point. Okay, so that's my teaching textbook bin. And then over here, I have a bin of, it says 2022, 2023 curriculum, which it is not. This is all for next year. These are more of the books that I needed for Sunlight F. So now I know I have more books that I need to put. So I'm gonna need a bigger bin. So let me go grab that other bin and start collecting my Sunlight F books in here. So I went and got my Sunlight box and I grabbed scissors and kind of labels. I just cut to size. So I'm going to turn this bin with Junior Anatomy. I'm going to turn that into Sunlight F. This way maybe I can avoid repurchasing things that I already have. I feel like I've heard of people having that problem before, but yeah. HBL. Okay, so now I can just start collecting everything I need in here for that. I won't lose stuff. If you've been here for my past organizing videos, you will know that I love these bins, these little bins with the snap tops. I will link below this size. It seems to fit most of the things I need. And then I do have a slightly bigger bin that I use, this one here, that I use when I need to put bigger books and things like that in there. So I'll link those below. This one has 2 sizes. It has the smaller one and then the bigger one. And I just adjust to what I need. Okay. So I have my Sunlight F bin ready to go. I'm going to need a bigger bin for those. This one, can't use a smaller bin yet. All right, scooch over here and see what else I have here. All right, I have a big bin here. What is in here? This is my beautiful feet for next year. So those are all in here. I don't know if it's labeled. Don't always label. So once I open that, I know what it is. So my beautiful feet, modern American and world history that we're going to be doing. So that is already in there. And okay, so I think Number the Stars is supposed to be in here. That's why I took that out. Put those in there. And I have this Us Born Illustrated Stories from China. I'm going to stick that in my morning basket section because we will be studying China. And I don't want to forget about it. So it'll go there. All right, so I've got a pile of books over here. A book a friend lent me, so I need to remember to return that. This is for science next year. So I already have a bin over there for science. This is a beautiful book that I really love, but I think it's time for me to sell it. So I'm gonna put that in the selling. In this one, I'm not sure if my kids have read or both boys have read, so I'm gonna stick that there. And this one I'm gonna be selling. All right, so that's my selling pile. I'm just gonna go take a look at these. We have, I think, a book I'm going to sell. Oh my goodness, random life pieces everywhere. Okay, so these books here are all our future science or health books. So they're already kind of organized. I will be needing those next year. A random box of craft boxes. Okay, so I have a box here, and this is all Sunlight B, things in Sunlight B. And I wrote down things that I was missing. So this is a set that I didn't quite finish last year, but I am finished now. So I just need to grab the guide, and then I can sell this as a almost complete set. So there it is. I think I'm ready to part with it. We started this first year of homeschooling, and we're 3 years in, and I can't say we've quite finished 100% of it, but we have finished a lot of it. And I think I have everything I need. Looks like I have the readers, 4th grade readers back here, so I'm going to take that out. That's not part of this. And so that's something I could sell separately. At this point, my boys are still reading the level 4 readers, so I'm going to keep that for now, and then when they're done, I can sell as many of the books with this as I can. Your guide, but that is pretty complete. Yeah, so I have a lot of stuff in here that will be good to sell as a set. So this is something I've had for several years. It's called Youth Virtue Posters. Haven't really looked at this since I bought it, but I think I'm gonna plan on trying to use this next year, and if I don't, then it will be time to get rid of it. So I need to put it somewhere that I remember that I have it. And honestly, it's just gonna go up on top of the shelf because I'm a visual person, and if I don't see it, it won't get used. So that's why. All right, let me go get a binder for this so I don't mess it up. Okay, so until I'm ready to sell my Sunlight B and C, I'm just going to stick those back in the closet in the box. And I'm just gonna stick my science bin kind of back here too. It's all organized. Let's take a look at what else I have in here. I have an empty bin, and let's see, let's take a look at this one here. This one says guest hollows, actions and reactions. So let's see what we have in here. So we have this, not planning on using it, but I did purchase it at some point. And then I have some books that are recommended in that level. This is the science I'll be doing with my boys next year. And then I just have this in here too, everything you need to know about science. I might put this back on the shelf with the rest of our stuff. It's not particularly actions and reactions curriculum. So let's see, I have a few things here, not a lot. I think I have such a big bin because this book is really big, so it needs a big bin. I won't be getting more of these books for a while, so I think I'm just going to leave it as is in the bin as it is. And then I have another bin over here I'm going to take a look at. So this one says future curriculum. I think these are readers and novels and things that I took off my shelf because I knew that sometime in the future, maybe Sunlight will be talking about it, so I didn't want my kids to read it yet. So let's see, I have a silver chair in here. Gonna put that with the rest of my CSK stuff. Another Number of the Stars. I don't think I had 2 in the past, so I must have purchased one. So that needs to go in. Yeah, so not great at not purchasing the same thing over again. But basically a bunch of kind of classics and books that I know are going to be used in the future. This one I should stick with my morning basket because I think this is something we would do in the morning basket. Probably not next year, but at some point in the nearish future, maybe the year after. So I'm going to stick that with my morning basket stuff. So took a few things out of there. So I'm going to go and put these back and put all the bins that are organized back. And maybe I need to start a new bin for just random future curriculum, because this is really not future curriculum. This is future books, reading books that we will be reading. So I just might need to start a new bin for the other kind of stuff that just is accruing and I need a place to put. Just found another bin over here, and this has 2022-2023 curriculum, but it is not. It's just future curriculum type things. So I have in here the Tuttle Twins. This is the middle school thing, so it has inspiring entrepreneurs, beware of bias, logical fallacies, courageous heroes. I'm going to stick that in my morning basket section so I remember that I have them. All right, so I'm going to just take this and label it 2023-2024 curriculum and stick any extra curriculum that I happen to have for the next year here. All right, so I'm just going to put my daughter's science curriculum in here and my daughter's math for next year and the Spanish dictionary that we will be using. And I need to put both of these in here if I can fit them all. I might not be able to, but it's good to have everything in one place so I don't forget what I have. Still need to figure out what to do with this health that I'm not planning on using. Would like a smaller binder for that. Might have to just go on my curriculum. I don't know if I have room in there though. So I've got these things to get out of here. All right, so two other things that are for next year. Put them in there as well. So a little more organized, nothing in front of it. I do have some stuff up here, just an empty box and packaging for when I sell something. The bottom here hasn't changed too much other than I've added a few things to my sell pile. So, and I know I added something in there. These have more in them that they're supposed to. So pretty much I accomplished what I wanted to here in the homeschool room. So looking better, nothing on the floor. Okay, so I'm back in my living room. I hope that makes sense why I had to go in there to finish up. So I still have my piles here. I have a new little pile that came in from the other room, but now I know what bins I have and what room I have in there, and I can just figure this out better. So let's continue with finishing up this. I won't be done everything I need to organize, but I should be done most of my organizing for the year. Honestly, if I do this once a year, things can get pretty organized, and I do once in a while catch up a little bit and go through things once in a while. Okay, so let's see. I have this here, found this on the shelf over there. I think we are done with Noeo Science. So that's my pile to sell. Gotta take this in there to sell as well. Some things to return to my parent partnership program are still there. Okay, so I think I can make a bin for this art stuff that I don't want to get into yet until we're at that time. I'm gonna see if it fits in one of my smaller bins here. All right, it's a tight fit, but it does fit. So I'm gonna add that to my closet in the other room. Let's see. All this origami paper, what to do? I wonder if I should just put it in my art bin, the ones I have out here, and people can just get in there when they want origami. I think I'm gonna do that. And I have this bin, and I'm thinking maybe I can fit my paper Sloyd in here so I can get it out of this ugly box. Almost a perfect fit again. This is why I love these bins. These just fit so well in them. So there we go. I got my paper Sloyd bin. I'm going to put that in the other room as well. Another box I can break down. Alright, weird lighting here, but I'm almost done. So I'm going to just stick this back up on top of the shelf along with these maps that we will be using as needed. Our beautiful feet geography. Stick those up there. I'm gonna put these back up there too. I don't really want to take them out at this point, so I'll get those back up there. And let me just put these where they go. This is going to go in with our supplies. So I found a pile of curriculum for next year. Okay, so I think I'm done everything I'm going to do today. So let me turn you around and show you the final, I guess the final result. It's not perfect, but definitely have made improvement. All right, so slightly less on top of those bookshelves. That's a pile of Bibles that we use. I haven't really done anything over there, but I will say that all of this is more organized, the tops, and it doesn't look quite as bad up there, even though there is still stuff up there. Didn't really organize this area, but all I have here now is lined paper and 2 things I want to remember to use, and I was able to fit the rest over there. I still need to go through that pile there and that box there to see what I need to return and where I need to put those. But overall, more organized, feeling a little bit more like I know where things are and that things have a place to go at this time. So it'll be nice as more curriculum comes in just to have things organized and be getting some things out that we are finishing up before any new curriculum comes in. So thanks for joining me today. If you like videos like this, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more homeschooling content. I would love it if you would like to join a Facebook community. I will link below my Facebook group where there's homeschool moms where you can ask questions. If you're new to homeschooling or if you've been homeschooling a long time and you just need encouragement, I would love for you to join us. I also have an Instagram account, Calm in the Chaos Homeschool, just like that. I will link that below as well. I'd love for you to join me there if you're interested. Thanks for coming today, and I hope to see you in my next video. Goodbye, everyone.